Today, we'll take a journey through Charles Bargue drawing course. This book was utilized by some famous artists, such as Picasso and Van Gogh, to improve their drawing skills. The book is basically a drawing course prepared by Charles Bargue with the help of his tutor in France, 19th century. The course aims to develop accurate copying skills through careful observation of dimensions, lines, and angles of any object, as it is from nature. Although the learned skills can be used to copy anything, even an abstract object, the course is mainly directed through learning figure drawing, as it was considered the main goal to paint. This means that Charles Bargue drawing course requires you to have an object in front of you, and it cannot be used to draw from imagination, as some other methods like Loomis, for example, where you learn proportions, basic structure, and anatomy to build your character off of. The idea of the book is to provide a lot of plates to practice copying in a time where there were no cameras to provide reference photos. So learning was mainly achieved by copying masters. Charles Bargue divided the skills to draw a live figure into 3 main parts that are gradually increasing in skill levels. The first part is drawing after casts. Second, copying master drawing. Third, preparation for drawing academies. The introduction contains a simple background about Charles Bargue course and a comparison between his method and other methods. The comparison showed why Charles Bargue method excelled. For example, here, we notice the simplicity of the lines and the distinction between shadow and light, which makes it easier to observe and practice for art students. In the first part, the plates gradually start from individual facial features to body parts and complete heads and figure parts. It also gradually builds shading skills through starting with a simple 2 shadow light areas to adding more shades and transitions. The copying method in the course depends on building good observation of distances and angles, and to compare it to at least 2 intersecting lines. The drawing starts with defining the highest points of a drawing and copying these points in relation to the intersecting horizontal and vertical lines. The points are then connected with a straight line. This resulting outline focuses on getting general proportions right before moving into more details. The details also includes shadow line that needs to be copied accurately, as it is important for final 3-dimensional rendering and proportions. The first part ends with information about the plates, as well as about the casts that Charles Bargue used as a reference while making these plates. Before moving to the second part, in academic art schools, these skills are applied on white cast to train the eye on how to render 3D objects. And the choice of white cast is determined to help students practice all value ranges that would otherwise be limited on a tinted cast. The second part basically contains completed artworks of old masters that are used to apply the skills learned from the previous part. They are meant to be copied and give students a chance to compare and assess their own work. In the last part of Bargue drawing course, the student copies figure sketches to prepare for live figure drawing sessions in art academies. Here, the student focuses on simple line gestures rather than details by using charcoals. The drawing is meant to be printed on a larger scale paper. The book ends with a chapter about Charles Bargue life and artworks. And it includes some appendixes, such as the one for tips for side sizing, which is a method to take measurements from 3D objects. Some examples of these instructions include marking the same distance on the floor, having the measuring arm stretched all the way with one eye open. Measurements are taken using tools such as a weighted thread, thin sticks, knitting needles, pencils, and compasses. Now that you have an idea about Charles Bargue drawing method, you can try applying these lessons using a suggested schedule that organizes lessons in a timeline and helps keep track of your progress. These templates can be downloaded from a link provided under this video. What will be left to learn is the in-depth knowledge about the tools and preparing them for starting the lesson, which can be covered in the future. And at the end, thank you for watching. See you next time.